Hello and welcome to this embodied moon flow practice. So this practice, the moon flows are really close to my heart because I really enjoy exploring grounding movements that sometimes in tandem with the moon cycles, or maybe my own personal moon cycle, or just whenever I need to feel closer to the ground. So I hope you enjoy it too. So we're going to come by lying on our back and beginning by bending the knees, and just make sure that any paraphernalia, anything that's around you, is out of the way. So we begin with the knees bending, and just take a few moments to feel your breathing in your abdomen. Feeling the breath moving in this area, which is associated with the water element. And just noticing, how does it feel to breathe into the lower abdomen? And then when you're ready, bring one knee up, followed by the other. And as you breathe in, let your knees move slightly forward, as if the breath in and your belly lifting pushes your knees forward. And the breath out brings your knees in. A few more times. Noticing the movement of your spine. One more time. And then bring one foot down, bring the other foot down. And feel that they're around about sit bone distance apart from one another. And start to tilt your pelvis forward. And as you do, lift your hips. And take a moment to lengthen through the front of your knees. And then as you breathe out, start to roll down from your upper back, your mid back, your lower back. Tilt your pelvis forward. Lift your hips. And as you breathe in, lift your arms. And as you breathe out, let your arms move behind. As you inhale, pick up your arms. And as you breathe out, rolling down, let your arms lower down with your pelvis. And again, tilting forward, start to lift your hips, lift your arms. As you breathe out, start to lower your arms. Start to lift your arms up. And then rolling down through your spine, lowering everything down. One more time, tilting forward, lifting up and behind. Start to lift your arms, traveling down, lowering your arms, lowering your sit bones. And then from this position, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling and begin to lower your heel down. Can your lower back not be disturbed by this movement? And then bring your right knee in. Take your arms out to the side. And your left heel is an anchor now, just as your hands are an anchor. And start to take your knee over to the left, and then back and over
to the right, and let your head turn in the opposite direction to your knee. A few more times exploring this movement. Noticing the relationship between the muscles of the front of the shoulder and those of the hip. Now when you're next taking your knee over to the left, start to take your right arm around and behind. You come to lie on your side, and then you come to lie on your front by taking your left arm underneath, and you're now on your front. So you're definitely off your mat, and your right knee is out to the side. And now feel that you can reach forward through the crown of your head, reach back through your toes, your left toes, and slightly lean to the left hip to gaze past your right shoulder. Take a few moments there. And then when you're ready, start to lower down and slide the right leg behind. Bring your hands underneath, past your shoulders, so they're by the sides of your ribs, and push your elbows behind, back and behind. And then push down through your hands to come on to all fours. So on this all fours position, and I'm going to turn slightly so I don't have my back towards you. Start to lift your sit bones, lift your chest, lift your head for cat. And then start to tuck everything under and round your back. And this one actually may be cat. I always get confused with what's cat, what's cow, because cat can do both positions. Bringing it now into a waving motion. So as you lift your sit bones, start to travel back. Your chest continues to lift, then your head. And then push down through your feet to send your pelvis, your hips in front, round your back. Lower your head. Start to lift your sit bones as you travel back, chest and then your head. And then tuck your sit bones under. Let this travel through your spine as you lower your head, moving forward. One more time. And then arriving in the middle. And we're going to take the left leg out to the side. And coming onto your left heel here. So I'm just moving around so you can see everything. You can stay as you are. And when you're ready, bring your right hand close to your left. Begin to bend your left elbow. Reach your elbow up towards the ceiling and opening out. And then bend your elbow and slide your arm underneath. So you bend your elbow, reaching up, and allow the elbow to move your thoracic, your upper back. One more time. And then when you're ready, Begin to walk your hands towards your left and swing your right foot behind. Bring your left foot in slightly to come into this low lunge position. And now lunging forward, lift your chest. As you breathe out, come onto your left heel, take your hips back. And so playing with now, where feels like a comfortable end point as you move in each direction. We're not trying to push it. Rather, we find a comfortable end point and we keep moving into it and away from it. Very much in the spirit of listening. Allowing the intrinsic intelligence of the body to guide. One more time. And then when you're next bending your knee, start to take your right foot behind. Now come onto your hands in front and bring your left knee in and come now to lie on your back. However that is for you. When you're ready, start to tilt your pelvis forward, which means to create a bit of space between your lower back and the mat. Lift your hips, lift your arms, and then bring your arms behind. Inhaling, lift your arms, and exhale, rolling down. And again, one more time. And now start to lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. And keeping your back in the same kind of position, begin to lower your leg down. Bring your arms out to the side, bend into your left knee. Bring your foot away from the floor. And now with your right heel providing an anchor, take your left knee to the left side, gaze past your right shoulder. And up. And to the opposite direction. Spending a few more moments exploring this spiraling motion. When you next take your left knee over to the right, start to allow your left arm to circle around, and then let your right arm move out the way, and you're lying on your front. Left knee is out to the side. And now start to reach forward through the crown of your head, reach back through your toes, and slightly roll onto your right hip. As you come onto your forearms and gaze past your left shoulder. Sliding your left foot behind, roll onto your front. Take your hands by the sides of your ribs, and now your elbows reaching back. And feel how that provides so much support in the shoulder blades, and also around the upper back for you to push down through your hands and come onto all fours.
In your all fours position, begin your wave in cat-cow. And there may be a particular direction that you really enjoy, and keep enjoying that. But can you also start to embrace the direction that feels not as familiar? And then when you're ready, you're going to bring your right foot now out to the side, and I'm going to adjust myself here so you can still see, but you can stay as you are. And so the right foot, the right heel is somewhere in line with your left knee, somewhere. And come onto your heel. And now left hand moves close to your right hand. Start to bend into your right elbow, reaching up. And then sliding underneath. Three more times. And just seeing how each time has its unique movement pattern in a very subtle way. One more time. And then bring your hands down and start to take your left foot behind. So you're swinging your foot back, and now take your right foot in with your hands either side of your right foot. As you inhale, you're going to bend into your knee, lift your chest, and exhale back. Moving here with just as much effort as is necessary. One more time. And then when you've completed the last movement, start to take your left foot back in. Bring your hands back in the middle. Bring your right knee down. And now let's come on to all fours at the front edge of your mat. When you're ready, lift your sit bones, lift your chest, lift your head, and rounding. Wave in cat-cow if you wish. And when you've completed the last cycle, come into downward facing dog. And how could you allow for fluidity to be very present within the structure of the bones? Taking your right foot in between your hands and come up to face the side. So for this horse stance movement. So now in your horse stance movement, hold onto an imaginary ball and feel that it's a ball that's filled with fluid. And taking a breath in. And then as you breathe out, start to bring the ball in towards you. Now take a breath in, start to take your hands out to the side, and as you breathe out, push your hands out. Maybe you'd like your knees to bend a bit more. And now lengthening your legs a little. Inhale, hold onto this water-filled ball. And exhale, bring your ball in. Inhale, you begin the journey outwards. Exhale, push out. One more time. Inhaling, holding on to your water-filled ball. Exhale in, let the movement in mold your upper back. Inhaling, start to take your hands out. Exhaling, push out. From this position, as you bend into your left knee, start to inhale, pick up your right arm, and then exhale, lean to your left with a lengthening right leg, and then down. And now just let the breath happen. Over to the right, and down. Over to the left, pick up with your right hand, and down. Over to the left, picking up, and down. One more round. And then up to the center. Reach everything up and out. Take up as much space as you need to here. Maybe move your hips a little bit side to side, or a lot. And then let everything move back down to the center. And bring your hands down. So now with the feet still turning outward a little, bend into your left knee and let your right arm be moved by the bending into your right knee, into your left knee. Reach up, up, up. And then bending into your right knee. Let this be a cascading effect of moving over to your right, back to center. Now bend into your right knee. Let your left arm be draped over and then up. And then to your left and down. So feeling now as you go to your left and your right arm follows, that it's just momentum. It's a bit like a pendulum moving here. With some momentum from your right knee now, your right foot, as your left arm goes across. And as you reach up, now it's the momentum from the left arm that brings everything down to the left. One more time, let's go to the left. So we can feel that it's possible to move fluidly without lots of effort, lots of pushing. And then take your hands out in front. Bend your knees if you wish. Lengthen your legs if you wish. And just take a moment to hang heavy. And now taking your hands either side of your right foot, stepping back into downward facing dog.
Now it's entirely up to you here. You can do a vinyasa, or maybe you'd like to stay in downward dog. Maybe you'd like to come into child's pose. I think that's where I'm going to head for now. No, I know that's where I'm heading for. And we'll meet up in about 4 or so breaths. And now taking yourself to all fours to then lie on your back. And you can have whatever paraphernalia you need for Shavasana, which will be coming shortly, so you don't have to move as much. Now bringing your arms out to the side, bring one knee up and the other. And just as you did in the beginning, as you inhale, let the breath in, tilt your pelvis forward, your feet slightly lower. And then as you breathe out, let your knees move in. Two more times. And then when your knees are next in, just let your knees go over to the left. Maybe turn your head to the right. And spiraling here. Allowing for a sense of heaviness through the left side of your body, a sense of release. And also a sense that the right side of the body, the top side, is breathing into space. And then just as if you're opening a page of a book, start to lift your top leg, lift your bottom leg, and now spiral to the right and turn your head to gaze past your left shoulder. Maybe close your eyes. And now feeling that the underside of your body, the side that's resting on the ground, the right, can release into the ground. And the top side can breathe into and away from space. And then start to bring your top knee up. and your bottom knee. And prepare and come into Shavasana. So as you're lying here now, allow the whole of your back body to accept the support of the ground beneath you. And the front of your body is breathing into and away from space that is above. There is a sense now of being able to just lie here and maybe even float here. And take rest.